Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You clicked on the title. You know why you're here. Unless you're joining me for the first time, in which case my name is Angelfish. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I am bringing you Skultimate Secrets Fearidescent, Frankie Stein already? Shocker. Wow. Who would have guessed Frankie would be the first one I got from this line? If you follow me on Twitter, don't answer that because you already knew. But, you know. Anyway, yes, we are here with Fearidescent Series, Skultimate Secrets Series 2, Fearidescent, Frankie Stein. Before we get into them, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, all that YouTube jazz. And let's get into it. Also, I got this doll early from Paulmart. However, Fearidescent is coming a lot sooner than y'all think. It is, as far as I know, slated for July of this year. And the only reason I know this is because the Claudine for this line was actually available for pre-order last week at the time I'm filming this for like a solid 3 days. And she had a scheduled ship by date of like July 8th. I want to say. I'd have to check again because I did pre-order her. But yeah, they are coming later this summer, so fret not if you didn't get them from Paulmart or whatnot. And they've also been out in Europe and Canada for a couple weeks now, too. And Australia, I believe, also has them. I'm not even giving myself a chance to, like... Anyway, I just tore the packaging, I didn't mean to. There's the lineup of everyone else in the line, you know, Cleo, Claudine, Draculaura, Laguna, the little water change. The packaging's very similar to Series 1. Here is Frankie's barcode. Feel free to screenshot that. Keep in mind these dolls are coming out later this summer, so you'll see them soon enough. They are retailing for the same price as Series 1, which is $29.99. It's about $30. Here in the US, anyways. And here's, of course, Frankie's box art drawn by Darko, which... gotta love that. And of course, it's the same kind of plastic packaging, so we're just gonna get right into it. Alrighty, now the coffin lockers are slightly different this time around. These doors are largely the same. Same embossed sculpting on them, it's just the colors are different, and there is a translucent glittery door on the bottom. And then, of course, our main locker door is the one that is the most different, with an ice fractal, like crystallized specialty door. Frankie's has popped off a little bit, but, you know, there's our first look at them. We'll cover our dear little non-binary friend in just a second, which, by the way, happy Pride Month if you're watching this in June. If you're upset by the fact that I'm wishing people a happy Pride Month, even though I am a queer person, then you're on the wrong channel. And let's go over Frankie's locker door. So it is a little damaged on mine, which is unfortunate, but, you know, it is just a cardboard piece. You know, it's black to gray gradient on the front, and it's a little motivational vanity that I believe all of the ghouls have something like this. That's not actually sparkly material on the thing, it just looks that way. But it says Spark Kindness. You have an eyeshadow palette for Frankie. You have their eye coffin open to, I know they call it EekTok, but that looks like Instagram in the show. All these lightning bolt string lights, some hints at the styling hand that leaked a little bit ago, some oil, their belt from their core doll, some nail polish, and I believe this stuff is for their Monster Ball doll, which is supposed to be the amped up Frankie, which is a separate release, but is supposed to tie into Monster Ball, allegedly. Now, of course, just like Series 1, you have your doll in the main compartment with a cardboard backdrop. You have the instruction manual, which, spoiler alert, it's the same exact procedure, but the images are, of course, tailored to the Fearidescent line. So, you know, these are upside down. You get your little illustration of Fearidescent Frankie right there. They have a side glance for some reason, even though the doll does not have that. They also have their G1 face in that little illustration. And then, of course, we have Frankie and the first key. Now I'm going to do what I do best, which is pop these out off camera, and then we'll take a closer look at Frankie, go over the water change feature because it has been a while, and, you know, do the rest of the thing. Over Frankie, their cardboard insert is a bunch of iridescent sheet metal with lightning bolts bolted in place and little stitched hearts at the top and bottom. Frankie also, of course, comes with their key in a plastic bag, which we'll get to in a moment, but that is important for later. Some of the paint is already scratched off on it, but that's fine, because that's kind of the point, is to remove the paint on it. That's the whole thing with this line. That's their gimmick. Oh, mine actually has treated poly. Okay, that's good to know. People were saying that Frankie's hair was pretty dry when they got them from Europe. But here is Fearidescent Frankie Stein. Mine's not wearing their skirt properly. Oh, there's a crotch catch on the skirt. That's a first. G3 has yet to do that. Hang on. Okay, I gotta fix their skirt real quick. Right, now here is Frankie Stein in the outfit that they come wearing right out of box. I'm trying to do the whole full body shot because some of y'all were complaining about it in the comments. I'm sorry, I don't have like a full studio. I film these in my bedroom. I don't really have the biggest space in the world for filming. Like, I don't have a separate studio to do this, so, you know, you get what you get, but we're trying. Anyway, they come with this mesh sleeved shirt. It's supposed to be a puff sleeve. It sits a little funny on them. They do have the bust articulation, the standard head articulation, standard arm, and standard leg articulation of G3, which is, you know, of course, good. And we'll get to their body details in a second because they are different from other Frankie dolls that have been released so far. Now, big thing, the hair, it is polypropylene. So, you know, that is a little upsetting to a degree. I understand why the blue underdye is poly because Mattel does not work with higher grades of nylon, so treated poly for that color totally makes sense, especially because it's not a color that exists in Saran. It's a very icy blue. Saran does not come in a lot of icy shades. There's not a color match for that particular shade of blue. Platinum blonde does exist, as does black, but generally speaking, you know, I understand why the blue is the way it is. It just kind of sucks that the white and black are poly still. I will say, though, noteworthy comparison between Series 1 and Series 2, this does have the usual product in it that leaves polypropylene feeling softer to the touch than usual. It's still poly. You can still tell it's poly. Obviously, of course, because it is stark white hair and like very icy colors. But other than that, yeah, it is whatever. Now, face-wise, Frankie has a silver glitter lip. I might add some more glitter or shine to that afterwards because I don't think it's nearly enough. I don't know. They, of course, have their usual light blushing. They have an icy blue top lid with a silver... Come on, camera, focus. On their upper, like, crease. And their lower lid is, of course, a light blue. And, of course, they have pierced ears because they do come with earrings. And their staple, their eyebrow staple, is glittery as well. Now, the pattern on the top, it's lightning bolts, I think, in an icy blue kind of color. You can see their stitches through the shirt. You can see their neck stitches. And this is a pleather material collar, which is nice that it is an actual fabric collar because one of my complaints about Series 1 was that the collar accessory was a necklace and not fabric, and I generally did not like that it was a separate piece from the top. Now, big detail, like difference with this Frankie compared to others is their leg. Their prosthetic leg here, it is an icy, almost like white with silver glitter in it. It's very transparent. It's not like G1 Spectra transparent, it is a little foggy, but it is like, it looks like ice. So, you know, that's cool. And then, of course, they have their bangs, which mine aren't the worst out there. I have definitely seen horrible bangs on Fearidescent Frankie, because they have been out again in Europe for a while, so I've seen them on social media at this point in other people's collections, and some of them have had really ratty bangs. These are not the worst I've seen. I don't think I need to do too much, if any, to fix them. Now, as far as box hair goes, the polypropylene treatment that I did in my video a couple weeks ago, which here's how it's holding up. Obviously holding up very well, except for the fact that my hand is pushing up some of their hair right now because I'm holding them at an awkward angle. But yeah, if you want to check out that video, that is on my channel, and I will also link it at the end of this video, and probably link it at the end of every Fearidescent review, and every polypropylene headed Monster High dolls review from this point forward, because it's a pretty easy procedure to follow in terms of taking care of it. Now, Frankie does have like some longer ends than they should, but one of you on Twitter asked me what it's like to just comb through polypropylene straight out of the box. It's, you know, it's like combing doll hair straight out of the box. It's not going to get it to lay exactly the way you want it to, because it's still got the creases in it from packaging. There's knots and tangles that, you know, are in there. You might be able to get some of them out, but, you know, you're dry combing. There's only so much you can do, but you can brush. And Frankie's hair is treated poly, so it is easier to go through than if it were untreated and drier. So it's not going to be like a frizzy mess, but it's poly. Their skirt is elastic. It's quite a tight fit. No Velcro in the back, and it is a blue cellophane material with a crotch catch ribbon, which is interesting. I've not seen that on G3 at all so far. And I have feelings about cellophane fabric. It doesn't have the best longevity, so that is something to like keep an eye out. Like, don't let your kids get that wet. Really, like it's not a water play friendly fabric. It's just, it doesn't age the best. I don't know how well it bodes just sitting there. I mean, I have some stuff that has cellophane fabric that just sits on a shelf and has just sat on a shelf, and it's in pristine condition. So if you're a collector who doesn't really do too much with your dolls, it should be fine. But, you know, if you're giving it to a kid, be aware the cellophane fabric will degrade with play. And then we have their shoes. I know that's such a weird segue. They are open slit in the back, all the way up, gradient from the similar light blue from under their eyes to the base silver that the shoe is actually like the material, which you can see on the inside of the shoe. And it's just got a bunch of lightning bolt details and rivets and stuff. Kind of reminds me of not Skultimate Secrets, Haute Couture Frankie's shoes, just a little bit, mixed with Schools Out, because it's got the screw as a heel. And with that, it's time to go over the water play feature. So the key: warm water, dunk in. My water's actually not that warm anymore, and you just kind of let it sit and swirl off. You can see, there it goes. I don't like to touch the paint on the thing because it messes with my sensory issues, because it's pretty cold and slimy. Well, mine is cold and slimy right now because the water is no longer warm. It was warm at one point. But, like, you get the gist. Ew. Ay, Dios mío. It's the same as Barbie color reveal. If you're familiar with that, then you get what this is supposed to be. And you get your key color, and that's supposed to, like, lead your child to which door you want to go to, which in this case is the top blue door up here, and we're just gonna use that as our demo. You know, like you get that. It's fun for kids. Adults might find it boring. Like older collectors, this probably isn't your cup of tea. The keys do make great fidget toys, I will say, in my experience. I love them. I do love the keys. But like that's how the feature works. And it leaves you with silvery, glittery water, which should be drain safe because it has to abide by European Union regulations. And this first bag is Frankie's clothes, so we're actually going to go over that in a second. I didn't even go over the bag that was in there, but it's just like a holographic bag. It's printed paper, it's not actually shiny, and it's got a lightning bolts and stitch heart on it. And it is, of course, recyclable, as is all paper packaging. Now, in there you get a fur stole with lightning bolt prints on it. It's super soft plush material with a knit lining meant to resemble a stitched together houndstooth fabric. Then, also in there, you get this faux denim skirt with a similar plastic zipper to what G3 Signature Ghoulia has on her skirt. Frankie's is, of course, theirs is different. It opens in the back all the way down, kind of like rainbow high skirts do sometimes. So, there's no crotch catch in there, so that might pose a problem. And then we have this top, which is pleather, Velcro's in the back. I don't know if I'm going to put them in it. Well, I have to put them in it because I have to show you what it looks like. But, like, I'm not going to leave them in this just because this particular piece, it's cute, but, like, it's not my cup of tea. I don't see myself displaying Frankie wearing this. But, yeah, and of course, another key, which I will actually do the color reveal for off camera because my ADHD brain is telling me that I have to do the play feature today, just because I want to. I think they really are just doing these keys in sequential order because our next key is this door right here. That's kind of lame. The other ones at least switched it up a bit. Yeah, it's this one. And of course, this bag is, I believe, the key ring. Oh, it's not the key ring. It's their accessories. Yay! Okay, we'll go over those in a second. There's another key in there, which I am going to quickly set aside to soak while I go over their accessories. Just let me get it out of the frickin' bag. Why is this one the only one that the key's bag was taped shut in? Like, there's no need for that. ¿Por qué? Like, what was the reason? Okay, so Frankie's accessories include a little silver necklace with spikes, a heart that has a stitch sculpted in it. I think that's just a box with a lightning bolt on it. Oh, it's a battery! It's a 9-volt. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. It's a 9-volt battery with a little lightning bolt on it, and then this little lightning bolt charm at the bottom. Whoever did the sculpting on that, amazing. Love that. I'm gonna bring out some of the details with some high shine pigments later, just because I can. And then we have their earrings, which are their G1 skelet as the little stud with stitched zip and zap lightning bolts. They look like they stick out pretty far in Frankie's head. Let's see what they look like with their earrings. They go in pretty easy, so that's good. I was worried. The peg holes do look a little smaller than Series 1. But, no, I guess they do stick out quite a bit, but, they can wear them just fine. Interesting. I like it. It's a cute look. And, of course, the headband. I think we all love the headband. I love the headband. I hope you love the headband. This is my favorite head accessory from this series. Like, just in general, I was in love with it the second I saw stock images. It's just a simple silver spiked crown. But, like, I love that. And since I display the chain from the hat as a headband on my Series 1 doll, now they both have super cute silvery headbands. And I love that. It just makes it more cohesive to me. I like it. We're going to see what color their key is now. Just as I suspected, it is in order from top to bottom. Okay, so that's not as fun as Series 1. Series 1 did have you bounce around between the 3 doors at the top before leading you to the bottom. Like, it wasn't in sequential order. Alright, let's see. And here we get, I believe, the final key, which is, of course, to the glitter door. We don't have to reveal it. Then we get our silver keyring, which mine is a little bent and warped from being in 98-degree weather, but we can put our soon-to-be brand new fidget toy keyring together. You know, you just slide the keys on, and it does make a wonderful, wonderful fidget. I love the noise that these make. And just, you know, being able to twirl them through. That wasn't the best angle, but, like, you know, it's fun. I like it. I have one clipped to my bag. It's great. But yeah, the keyring, and it is a silver keyring this time, and of course, the jelly shoes. And by jelly, I mean that's just the material that they're made out of is like transparent plastic that's kind of squishy. It is also glossy too, which is cool. I believe this is the same, or at least a similar mold to their Ghoul Spirit boot. Different paint job though. Lightning bolts along the rim. Come on, camera, focus. Glittery black plastic. The glitter is silver to match the leg. Lightning bolts on the tread. And without further ado, it is time for the final door. We all know what's in the final door. It is bound to be the snacks. That's what it is in Series 1. In Fearidescent, I believe that is the exact same case. Although, actually, the Fearidescent dolls come with more than just snacks this time, don't they? They do come with a snack, but... Ooh, oh, that's where the makeup compact comes from. So, Frankie comes with a little coffin, if I can get it open, makeup palette with a printed mirror. It's not working. It's not a working decal. UV printed eyeshadow shades. And a little brush that they can hold with their little fingers. It's so funny. The bristles of the brush have stitches in them, which I don't know why they would need that. That doesn't seem very practical. I don't think that would even work physics-wise. But, you know, it's a cute little Frankie-specific detail. And there's a skelet on the brush handle as well. I will probably paint this accessory just to bring out the details a little bit more because it does have really cute sculpting. Next up in their little accessory bag, if I can get it out, is the little popsicle. It's a frozen Frankenbar. I love that. And, you know, it's a slightly bendy. Not super bendy, but slightly bendy. They can hold it. It's unique. It's cute. And of course, God, they put a lot of tape on these bags. They don't need to. Their new purse, which is shaped similar to like their School's Out bag from G1. And I believe this can, yep, open. It's a slightly transparent blue. It's got zippers. Nice. I'm going to get Frankie dressed in their second outfit, and then we'll, you know, give some final thoughts. And this is what they look like in their second outfit. It's a lot cuter than I expected it. So I don't know if I'm going to leave them in that top. I don't particularly like it, but it's a cute look. Anyway, final thoughts on Frankie. I definitely like this one a lot more than Series 1. I would recommend them over Series 1, their Series 1 counterpart. Especially for the price, like you get, I think, a little bit more of an enjoyable experience with them. Despite, you know, both having polypropylene hair, I think this one just has, like, that little extra punch that makes it better. Plus, the polypropylene is actually treated, so it is softer. Anyway, I would give them 8 out of 10. Docking points for the hair fiber. Anyway, that is all that I have time for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Let me know your thoughts on Frankie in the comments below. Do be civil about it, though. I will delete any comments that are being unnecessarily rude or calling people, you know, names for being interested in a doll that has polypropylene, because I've seen some of you do that. That's not okay. That doesn't fly in this community. Okay, anyway, that's all for today, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.